Hello, so one of my patrons said that they really enjoyed a series that I started a long time ago, actually when I first started the channel, where I picked a random genre every week, even though it only lasted for 1 week, so it was once, and I made that in BITWIG, and I showed you the entire process of how to make that genre. Most people haven't seen that because I think I had about 50 subscribers when I made it, so here it is again. I've re-uploaded it because most people haven't seen it. So let me know if you want to see more of this series, and if you do, then I'll start making it again. So yeah. Also, I chose at the time to film this. I'm a man of a certain weight, and I chose to film this from an angle that really accentuated my chest area. So apologies for the camera angle. But yeah.
Hello, it's Garron here. In an effort to improve my productions, have decided that I'm gonna try and do like a random genre every week. So I found a website that has like all the genres in it, and basically what I'm gonna do is put them into a randomizer and randomize them as you would use a randomizer for, and then I'm gonna do whatever genre comes out on top. So that's the plan. I know I'm at a bit of a weird angle here. I'm using my keyboard as a tripod, so that's the reason for that. But we've got the background decor set up, so I've got a motivational poster, which is very important to stay motivated in the studio. So smile, show your sparkle, and shine bright every day. And we got the cat food sponsor for cat food. So I'm going to put the genres into a randomizer now, and then whichever one comes out first is the one that we're going to do. So, drumroll, randomizer. Okay, so we got New Wave. New Wave. New Wave is a genre of music from the 80s, which was about 30 years ago. So I suppose it should just be called a wave now, shouldn't it? New Wave is a genre from the 80s that I'm not going to say I hate, but I'm also not going to say I don't hate it. It has basically all the sounds that we now consider to be cheesy synth sounds in it. It also includes elements of punk. Okay, so basically New Wave has several elements. The one that I would always think of is like a lead synth line is always in New Wave music. So we need a really good lead synth line that's catchy and memorable, and preferably both at the same time. We also need I think it's pretty much all drum machines for New Wave, I think. Yeah, so we're going to use a drum machine, and then I think what I read that they used to do a lot in most of the bands is they would use the drum machine for the main drums, and then for the secondary drums they would use real drums. So we're going to use real drums for the secondary drums, which is not a term that anybody else understands, so I should probably explain it. Hi-hats and cymbals is what I mean by secondary drums. So some of the bands that are in New Wave, or that were propagators of New Wave, are apparently The Cure, which I thought they were like goth or something like that, but apparently they're New Wave. So the other really famous band is Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode is a group of lovely looking, normal looking young men compared to The Cure. So we've also got the Talking Heads. They are also considered New Wave, even though I thought they were like a punk band, but apparently not. They look like they're about to do a serious server install in your local company. Also got Tears for Fears. Tears for Fears is a band that was created by Kurt Smith and his lovely wife Roland Orzabal. So now that we're familiar with some of the people who are in New Wave, we can make our own kind. So here we go. So I've got my basic Lindrum samples here. By the way, the Lindrum was one of the first commercial drum machines that was made, and it was made by Roger Linn. So it's not a particularly creative name for the Lindrum, but it's better than the Roger drum. We've got a kick sample here. we've got a snare sample. And we have also got a hi-hat sample, all from this free Linn drum sample pack that I will link in the description, if I remember to. So I kind of felt like the snare wasn't really 80s enough. So I added a gated reverb. And what a gated reverb is when you put a reverb on something that's like really big. It's like the Phil Collins sound. So it's like a really big reverb, and then you put a gate on it so that it cuts off abruptly and it doesn't like just keep going. So I put one of those on because that's like instant 80s, and they were fond of reverb in the 80s. They used it on pretty much like everything and a lot, and you could really hear it. Just made a basic beat from the Linn drum samples that you can hear now. And the next thing that I need to add to that is hi-hats and cymbals. So hi-hats and cymbals are going to come from our real drums. Real drums. So I've just done a simple pattern here of hi-hats and cymbals. Okay, so here are the drums all together. Now, so the next thing I need to do is write a lead. So I'm going to make like a kind of a plucky lead, basically something sort of similar to what they have in Take On Me, because that's the only new wave song that I've listened to the whole way through. So I'm going to be using that as my guidance for everything that I do. Kind of got the sound here, but the melody is just kind of placeholder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the melody more better now. So I'm just going to take a couple of, I don't know, minutes, hours, days to come up with something that sounds pretty 80s and pretty good for me. So let's go. I'm having to write in the MIDI because I don't currently have a MIDI keyboard, so I have to draw everything in, which is exhilarating. So I tried to come up with a melody that was good. I don't think that I succeeded in that endeavor, but it was the best thing that I could come up with, and I wasn't going to spend any more time doing it. So this is what we've got. Turns out that most of the ideas that I came up with were very bad. So here we are. So that's what we've got. I'm just gonna mess around with I'll probably end up changing the key or something, I don't know, I just kind of wrote it as it was. So the next thing that I need to do is I've got this FM bass line that I made in FM8, and it is really basic for now, so it's just kind of following the chords, the chord progression, even though there are no chords yet, there's just a lead and a bass, but what the chords will be, it's following those. It's just kind of a basic line. So what we're going to try and do is make that more interesting by making it kind of follow the melody a little bit more. So I'll just see if I can make it sound a little bit better just by making it a bit more interesting, and we'll see what we end up with. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with what we've got now. So, as I said, it's not amazing, but it will do for now. It sounds new wave-ish. So the next thing I'm going to do is just set up a kind of basic arrangement with an intro, just so I have an idea of what's going to be coming out. And then I'm going to record some guitar on it. So guitar is just going to be 4 chords. And they're the same chords as Save Tonight. So, fun fact, if you want to learn this song, you've also learned Save Tonight, which is a fantastic song. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to double track the guitar so that it's more wider, which is always what you want. So now that the guitar is double tracked, I'm going to use my guitar to create more further sounds. So I'm going to first and foremost make a just play a quick chord, just like a long strummed chord, and then I'm going to reverse it into itself. So like I'm going to make a copy of it and then reverse it, and it's going to and then it's going to swell into itself to make a cool transition. So now that we've got our cool chord transition, we're going to also layer over some harmonic chords. I was going to say chords, but it's just one chord. So I'm just going to use harmonics on my guitar to play the same chord but plucked. Was that the most efficient way of describing that? Probably not, but that's what I'm going to do. So here that is. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to fill out the chorus part of the song. I'm going to put a pad in that I made in Serum. So it's just a basic subtractive pad that you would have heard, I don't know, a lot in the 80s, I suppose, or maybe not, who knows. It sounds kind of 80s to me. So here is the pad that I'm going to be layering underneath everything. So I'm also going to take the end of that pad and I'm going to bounce it to audio. So basically turn that MIDI pad into audio so that I can also reverse that to add to my cool transition that I was making earlier. Cool transition. I'm also going to take a Lindrum crash sample from that free Lindrum pack that we have, and I'm going to reverse that as well for a cool transition. So that's the basis of all the parts of the song. You would probably want to add more than that if it was an actual thing that you were really, you know, artistically gonna release and love forever, but for now that's gonna be enough for me. So I'm gonna just put a basic arrangement together and then I'm gonna write some lyrics. So let's do it. So luckily I'm a genius and I have come up with the perfect lyrics for the song. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to record some vocals. I'm going to record one set of vocals for the verse. Then I'm going to record a bridge with a vocal and a harmony. And then I'm going to record a chorus with two vocals that are the same, panned to each side. So it's going to double track the main line, and I'm also going to record 3 harmonies along with that. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to mix it a little bit, not perfectly, and that's why I'm not going to show you how to mix it, because it won't be very good. And then when it's finished, you're going to see it. Okay, so that is the entire song. If you enjoyed this for some reason, please leave a like and also subscribe. And also, let me know if you like this format, because if you don't, then I probably won't do it again. But if you do, then I probably will.